Hey everybody, Brickhouse here, and this story caught my eye. Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod, very polarizing figure when it comes to Major League Baseball. He is very knowledgeable, but he's a bit of a narcissist. So much of a narcissist that to protect his own rear end, he ratted out those using PEDs in MLB. And he also lied to his team at the time, the Yankees. This is from the New York Post. Alex Rodriguez ratted out his fellow cheating stars. Now, my stance on PEDs is, whether you like it or not, it was part of the game. Players for years had used different treatments, medications, what have you, to gain an edge. I think in the 60s and 70s, it was amphetamines. Hell, even used coffee. But then the advent of 1998, the media focused on PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs. All because of the home run chase in 98. Now, there are those in baseball that say that if you're up for a vote in the Hall of Fame and you use PEDs, you shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame at all. There are others that say we should have a modern age wing for PED users. Myself, my belief, it shouldn't even freaking matter because everybody was doing it. Pitchers were doing it to get an edge on the hitters. Hitters were doing it to get an edge on the pitchers. But what is lost in all of this when it surrounds PEDs is the fact that PEDs don't make you hit a ball harder or farther. PEDs do not give you a mile an hour or two more on your pitch. Now, I'm no biologist, certainly no doctor, but it's common sense. But getting back to the story. The former Yankees third baseman revealed to federal agents in 2014 that he had been told by Biogenesis founder Anthony Botch that Manny Ramirez, Ryan Braun, and one other all-star player were also using performance-enhancing drugs. They were also clients of Biogenesis. This is coming from ESPN. The third player, the third all-star, has never tested positive for PEDs and was not named in the story. Rodriguez gave the agents those names when he met with 2 assistant U.S. Department of Justice attorneys and 7 Drug Enforcement Administration agents in January of 2014. This meeting came several weeks after he received his 211-game suspension for violating the PED policy, which earned him a ban for the entire 2014 season. So again, you know, he's trying to CYA. The third baseman had been granted Queen for a Day, quote-unquote, status by prosecutors per the report, which allowed him to share details without fear of legal prosecution. Ramirez, that's Manny, got 50 games in 2009 while with the Dodgers for violating the league's PED policy. He was hit with a 100-game suspension in 2011 while with the Rays, but he never served that ban. Instead, he retired. Braun received his suspension in 2013. The third player, who had not been named, never received a suspension from Major League Baseball, according to ESPN. Rodriguez admitted for the first time in the meeting that he used PEDs he purchased from Bosch, per the report, which he had denied publicly. He paid roughly a $12,000 per month. He said he paid roughly $12,000 per month to Bosch for doping protocols fueled by testosterone creams, red gummy-like lozenges containing testosterone and human growth hormone from 2010 to 2012, per the report. Three-time AL MVP paid Bosch via cash and sometimes used petty cash obtained from the Yankees traveling team secretary, who was not involved in the scheme. So he did lie to the Yankees. Rodriguez told the agents his cousin, and I'm not going to try to butcher that name, had supplied him with performance-enhancing drugs for at least a decade. He also claimed his cousin later tried to blackmail him with a $5 million threat. The report included details that Rodriguez admitted to the federal agents he'd lied to the Yankees president, Randy Levine, in 2012 when he told him he did not have a relationship with Bosch. Rodriguez declined comment for the story to ESPN, which is one of his current employers. 14-time All-Star joined the worldwide leader in 2018, now co-hosts the K-Rod Cast, the alternate feed of ESPN Sunday Night Baseball game. So, again, all this PED talk, all this PED speculation comes from the 1998 home run chase between Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, when somebody noticed a bottle of creatine in Mark McGwire's locker during a post-game interview. I think it was post-game, might have been pre-game. But regardless, they noticed the bottle in his locker and was like, "What's that?" Now, again, to me, my opinion, the holier-than-thou media, the holier-than-thou voters that vote for the Hall of Fame, will not vote in players like Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Roger Clemens deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Love him, hate him, whatever. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Because they use PEDs in baseball. And we can't have that. But what about the players going back to the 60s and 70s that were doped up on amphetamines to get an edge that are in the Hall of Fame? Just saying. So, this just confirms what I suspected of A-Rod all this time is, yeah, he's a rat. He's a narcissist. He'll rat you out to cover his own rear end. So what do you guys think? Comment down below. Share your thoughts. What do you think about A-Rod and him ratting out players for PED use back in the 2010s? While you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell to get notified when my content goes live here on YouTube. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you later.